guys, welcome back to another round of Scrabble games via the Facebook app. I'll get straight back into it. If you haven't watched these videos before, there's plenty more for you to have a look at. I just go through my moves in the Facebook Scrabble and tell you about why I'm making those decisions, and hopefully this gives you a bit of information about how to make strategic decisions while you're playing Scrabble, whether online or whether you play in tournaments, etc. This rack, there's no bonuses here. Hardest thing is the J, the A, and the G. So we're just going to get rid of them here. Jag. There's not really much to think about. Hey, there might be now. Okay. A good thing to say here is that whenever you teacher will always scowl at you if you don't get the highest scoring move in the on the board, and it doesn't mean that it's the best move, which is kind of stupid, but you know, Mattel really aren't what can you say, vigilant about that. I've got a lot of things to say about them, but we won't say it in this video. Next game, was it Trackage or something? Yeah. So I'm gonna play that one. Okay. Hi, Analog. Analog is a player from Norway. She came into. So we had a. We had the championships, the championships in Perth, the World Championships in Perth, and yeah, we hang out. You hang out with other players, you have fun, blah blah blah. Yeah, so Alok is a new player that I've met recently. So we've got Trackage here. We can play that. That's fine. If you didn't have Trackage, the best play here is probably Gak. Here, in fact, Gak might on some occasions score better than Trackage, but I'm going to play this anyway because there's very few situations where you should deny a bonus, and I'm happy with playing the bonus here. You know, even though you're getting such and such amount. Look, now I've got the Q. What happens if I get if I had Talak or something? It would be amazing. I don't quite have Talak, but I'm going to play the Q and maybe just have bonus stuff the next turn. Awesome. Next turn. Right, so scores are even. I don't have my Desjardins, so if you watch previous videos, I had this was the first one I see. I don't think there's that much difference. There's that much you can actually make from this rack unless you have the E. Ditty is a good reply. It just gets rid of your Y for score. The possibility of getting something that ends in an S here, you know, you want to keep the options open. You don't want your opponent to block you out either. Okay, so we've picked W and C. Now, if you ask me, well, what's the plays you could have actually played with whatever this thing's there? There'll be an S word somewhere that scores slightly more that I haven't seen. Plebeians is probably good. Look, I'm happy with that. If you disagree, let me know. Next game, not Neotoxin, quite close, but that. Let's try and take advantage of what my opponent's just opened up. I don't know why. Why would they play that? Why would they play that? That is a very weird play. Let's try and take advantage of it. Maybe they thought I had the X or something for my last move. I don't know. Xenon would be great. I can't quite play it. Gone is just as good, you know. Can I play something like an Oxword? Not quite. Not quite. Non-words aren't happening. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on in this rack, on this board. There's this spot here. with the E. There's this spot here. There could be a Z play happening, or a J. There's this spot here and here. So in this kind of situation, it's usually best to just block. Sorry, not block, but it's usually best to just play your highest scoring move. It doesn't matter what it does, because it's not going to add or subtract anything from the board. If it was a very closed board and there was one X spot, for example, it would be different. In this case, no. I can't quite use the X on here, unfortunately. So I think the best thing I can actually do... I don't like playing that. Oh my gosh. I wanna balance. I wanna play like XN. That's what I want to play ideally. Nox. In fact, Nox is going to be my play of choice. Now, why is that my play of choice? Because I leave G and T. If I can get rid of the G, great. This gets 40. Anything else is still going to get around about 40. It's not going to get 60. Now, if it did get 60, then we're going to consider it. In this case, nothing. Nothing happening. My opponent now has to have an I, like an ES ending to capitalize here. They're not going to get a cheap ass play here, like an SO or something. Hey, if they play Pezzo or something, good on them, because they just wasted an S. I'm happy. What do we get? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, teacher's happy, so I probably found one of the highest scoring plays on the board. We'll see what happens from my opponent's turn next. What would I play? I might try and block out this spot, like with a GOE. Just a cheeky little GOE. Or Eaton. Eaton. Here. It's not bad. Leaving ING. Ooh, leaving GIE. Because you can't S hook it. You can get the J though. I'll think about it. Next game, Garrote. So there's like 4 spellings of Garrote, and they're all valid. Geo. So you can always use the checker. Garrote, 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 Garrote. Oops. Hello. There. Four spellings of Garrote. So I could play it onto this S. I could play it here. So what do you reckon is the best go? I would take the S spot. Now, why would I take the S spot? Because if my opponent's got a bonus, that's the easiest spot for them to play. Look, it opens up. You might go, well, watch out! It opens up the O for the Z, but that doesn't matter, because if I played it were to play it here, I'd still be doing the same, but opening up a triple for more letters. I'm gonna go comfortably ahead now. My opponent's gonna have to respond with a bonus. Now, what have I picked? Xabian, something with an X. We'll see. Look, at the very least, I've got like a, not an Ibex or something, but something similar. Next game. Ugh. Okay. So my opponent picked a J, was able to score off it off my bonus. They started, I'm 50 points behind. I want to play Gerania, but I know it's not good. Randia. Arenaid. There's nothing with the O. Oh, it's a writing. That's it. Yes. Yes. Writing. Whew. Saved. So that was a really crappy rack, but it happened to be able to make a bonus. And that's just Scrabble, you know. So 3 bonuses out of 6 moves. I'm happy with, I can say I'm happy with that. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Any comments, leave them. See you next time.